The De'Aaron Fox era has begun, and it begins with a W over the Atlanta Hawks. The Spurs win 126-125 in what would be an historic night for the San Antonio Spurs and their newest player, De'Aaron Fox, as he becomes the first Spurs star, first Spurs player in franchise history to record 20-plus points and 10 assists in his debut. A massive night for De'Aaron Fox, and we're going to get into all of that and talk about why Spurs fans should be excited for what's to come for the San Antonio Spurs and their new dynamic duo. What's good, Spurs family? I am Bryan Colbert here with the Spurs Digest post-game show after a huge win, possibly our best post-game show yet, because yes, we have De'Aaron Fox, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Make sure you hit that doorbell if you haven't yet to get notified every time we drop a video. And yes, the Spurs come through with the W. What a great W it was, and all eyes were on them because De'Aaron Fox was debuting. He was playing, and it was on prime time, baby. They had it on ESPN, and he was getting busy. That's right. De'Aaron Fox looked good in his debut. He played the most minutes of any Spur, which I love. I love that he just went out there and got after it. He went out there and said, you know what? I understand I'm playing with another star, but I've been here and done that before. Let me show you how it's done. Young fellas, he came in and he set the tone. 24 points, tying the team high with Victor Wembanyama, 13 assists. We got to see what he was able to do with all of these weapons. Devin Vassell looked good. Harrison Barnes looked good. Chris Paul got the start. We were wondering who was going to start, how they were going to use this lineup, use these guards, and man, they looked good. I was really impressed with Stephon Castle. I loved that Stephon Castle was able to, again, change his role, come off the bench, and find a way to contribute. Man, he looked good. I love the way he was able to get to the line. That amazing dunk, man, that was strong. I mean, this team just looked energized, and De'Aaron Fox just looked good. He just looked ready to play, and I loved it, man. He looks like he's going to be a perfect fit here in San Antonio, and it wasn't pretty, right? There was still some things you want to clean up, you know. I mean, the jump from 23 turnovers in the last game to 10 is amazing, but you still want to clean things up on that. But I mean, they played great defense. You really got to see the impact that a guard like De'Aaron Fox has on the defensive end. I mean, 16 steals for the San Antonio Spurs. Yes, the Hawks don't play the cleanest basketball, but still, what a debut for De'Aaron Fox. I love seeing it happen. I love seeing the guys get it done, and it's the start. It's the start of the new era, right? Like, you see why tonight there's a reason to be excited. That first half for the Spurs, you know, we've seen all season, and we talked about how they kind of get off to those slow starts, but just the energy they had having this new piece, having this new weapon, having this new toy to play with. De'Aaron Fox looked incredible, and it was fun to see him get in his debut and not be scared to be the man. Not be scared to be the star that he was in Sacramento. You got to remember, he was in Sacramento his entire career. That was his home. And then you have to change teams. You have to go somewhere else. You have to move your family. It's not an easy thing to do when you've done the same thing your entire career. But De'Aaron Fox just looked good tonight, man. And you know, there was things that we could clean up. You know, like, you know, he could definitely be more efficient from the field. But I love seeing him get after it. You know, 50% ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, I love seeing him get after it, man. Like, it was just great to see somebody that wasn't scared of the moment. Like, he knew this moment was big. He knew all eyes were on him, and he still rose to the occasion, man. I loved every part of that. Devin Vassell looked great next to him. Like, we talked about the space in the pregame show, about all the space that De'Aaron Fox was going to be able to create for everybody. And you really saw Vassell take advantage of that. He was really able to, you know, get his shot going. And, you know, I just love seeing the guys be able to be aggressive and, again, not be scared of the big moment. I love seeing that moment where Chris Paul was yelling. He was going off on Castle just because, you know, I mean, they were, you know, playing good basketball, but Castle made a mistake. And, you know, he's taking those coaching moments. And those are huge, man. It's huge to see these guys play the way they were able to play tonight. And, I mean, it's just a start. It is just the start. The Spurs have a nice little stretch coming up. They're about to play the Hornets, so again, another winnable game that the Spurs can play. And yeah, it was really great to see the guys be able to get off the way they were able to get off. And Wemby, oh my gosh, man, he just had a great game. He hustled, man. He was strong. He got after it on the glass, like, 12 rebounds for the guy. And the way he finished the game too, like, I love seeing him step up to the plate. I love seeing Fox first with the ball at the end of the game and him making the correct decision to get the ball to Wemby. And it's going to be one or two things at that point, right? He's going to finish at the rim or he's going to get fouled. And I love seeing Wemby be able to step up to the line, hit the free throw, get the win, secure the game. And it was just great to see these guys play because, again, this is just the start. This is just the beginning of what we are going to see from these guys. Like, it's just the start of the Wemby Fox era. And it was an exciting game. There was big moments, and I think the league is going to start to get put on notice that the Spurs are real. You get to string a little win streak together. That's great. It's going to feel good, right? Like, Hornets are a beatable team. Again, you can't sleep on nobody, especially a team that has scoring ability. But man, the defensive effort for the Spurs, especially in that first half, was incredible. And you want to see it. They got a little sloppy in the third quarter. Atlanta came out with some energy. However, it was a really nice game for the San Antonio Spurs. And even though it was close at the end, it didn't feel close for most of the game. And, that's what you want to see. It is great to be able to sit here and celebrate a Spurs win with you guys. With De'Aaron Fox's debut, he looked great. Huge win for the Spurs. It was a tough one, but I like seeing this team gut things out. I like seeing this team be able to fight back. I like seeing this team be able to hold off a team that's trying to go on runs. You know what I mean? Like, you want to see that from a young team, man. De'Aaron Fox, you just saw the impact immediately. And if you're a Spurs fan, you got to be excited, right? You got to be excited if you are watching this team, and you got to be excited for the future. I know I'm excited for the future. I want to hear, are y'all excited for the future, man? Leave us the comments. Let us know how y'all feeling. It's a celebration right now. I'm tired, man. It's been a long day, but I had to jump on here on a post-game show and holler at you guys because what a huge win for the Spurs. Not because, they blew a team out, but because of what this means. The start of the De'Aaron Fox era. It's the start of the De'Aaron Fox and Victor era because they're a tandem. They're a 1A and a 1B at this point. You know what I mean? And they're only going to get better. These two are only going to improve, and they're only going to build that chemistry. But, man, it was fun to watch. It was fun to watch while it lasted. Can't wait to the next game. Spurs family, we should all be excited right here. Let me hear how excited y'all are in the comments. Make sure, again, y'all subscribe, hit the doorbell to be notified, and I'm going to get me some sleep. I'm out of here, man. I'm honestly, I don't even know if I'm going to sleep. I'm so excited. I'm hyped, man. That was great to watch, and it was wild to see Fox in a different jersey, but, man, it was good to see that jersey be a Spurs jersey. Spurs family, I'm going to holler at y'all later. This is the Spurs Digest post-game show. I'm Bryan Colbert, and I'm out this thing, baby. Great win for the Spurs.